Hi, my name's Laura Oganowski, and I will be doing a project on shrinking cities. Even though the world population is increasing, many cities are experiencing population decline. The official replacement level is 2.1 children per woman. A woman has 2 children to replace herself and her partner. Many countries are failing to maintain their current population numbers. These include aging European countries such as Russia and Italy. Japan is also experiencing population decline. Even though the United States population generally replaces itself or increases, many of our cities are in decline. Many of these cities reside in the Rust Belt, or cities with economies that relied heavily on manufacturing. Examples include Indianapolis, Detroit, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. So what's wrong with not meeting replacement level? Well, if you don't have a population that can replace itself, then you don't have labor to maintain production levels. This is a problem in places like Rust Belt, USA. Population decline can also send job, housing, and land markets into an array of dysfunction. There is typically higher crime and poverty rates in shrinking cities. So why are cities shrinking? Well, there are a few reasons, so let's go through them one by one. The first is suburbanization. People are moving away from urban areas in favor of the suburbs. Cars have made it easier for people to commute between home and work. There is also the factor of crime to consider. Urban areas generally have more crime than suburban or rural areas. Both of these factors have made it so that people don't have to deal with the crime rates and can instead use their cars to go between home and work. Both crime and easier commuting led to the beginning of Detroit's decline. The next example is deindustrialization. Some cities are highly dependent on one certain industry. In Manchester and Liverpool, that industry was textiles. Before the World Wars, Great Britain was the center of innovation and invention. After World War II, though, Great Britain was a mess dealing with war-damaged cities and a decline in population after the loss of life in the wars. In the case of many Russian and East European cities, the collapse of the Soviet Union led to declining cities. Many have yet to recover. When Mikhail Gorbachev inflicted glasnost and opened up the economy to the West, the new options caused Soviet industries to falter. Decentralization of the government and the economy led to a fall in production. In Ivanovo, people left in hopes of finding work in Moscow. The poverty there is so abundant, people have resorted to planting gardens to feed themselves. The final theory as to why cities have been shrinking, at least in recent years, is the Great Recession. This holds especially true in Rust Belt USA, where manufacturing has really taken a hit. People are moving away from areas where the chances of getting a job are bleak to more prosperous parts of the country in hopes of finding work. So how can we reverse this shrinking city trend? One option that is being pursued in U.S. cities is basically paying people to relocate closer to their workplace or closer to public transportation. Cities that are trying this include Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Chattanooga. This may be a good time to rethink cities and think about their role in the sustainability movement. Older industrial cities weren't built with sustainability in mind. Their decline might be a good time to rethink that and rebuild them with that considered. Vacant lots and excess space can be used to grow farms, plant gardens, and can be used for other alternative energy corridors. The other option is to keep letting cities shrink. For some cities, this may be the only viable option. Flint, Michigan has been on the decline for years, and its shrinkage has been a source of real agony for its city developers. In 2009, Dan Kildee and other city officials had decided to speed up the shrinkage. It's expensive to wait for declining neighborhoods to vacate and empty. The city could save a lot of money by discontinuing services such as trash to these neighborhoods.